2:52 in the p.m. 24th of October 2020, the year that's kicking all our butts. 16 degrees Celsius according to the deal up on the wall there. It translates into about 55 or so Fahrenheit. Not too bad. A little chilly last night, gonna be chillier tonight. So we're gonna play with the Jimmy. Haven't started it since last weekend. We're gonna crank it up, let it idle for a little bit. You guys are gonna hear the rough idle, and then I'm gonna let it warm up. Maybe even just drive it around the block a couple of times, and then we're gonna get the right stuff this time to spritz to see if we can find the vacuum leak. Danger, harmful if fatal or swallowed, extremely flammable. There's the other stuff I was using last week, if you watched that video. Non-flammable. It's like, I wonder why it's not working. So, alrighty. I don't know, I'm shaking, it doesn't need to be shaking. So let me get you on the tripod, we'll get the truck fired up, and let's see what we can find. Hopefully we don't blow ourselves up. use the flammable one. So apparently I don't have a vacuum leak. Now the idle is still high. It's up to temperature. It's idling high. Now it is cooler out than 55. So I'm wondering if it's not an air fuel sensor or some other little sensor that's going haywire, sending false information to the computer. That's going to be a pain to figure out, especially for my non-technical mind. So I'm going to go run it around. I'm not going to drag you guys with. See if I can get it to stall, because it was getting bad when it was warm. Now that it's cooling off, it may go back to running normally again, but I guess I need to check the plugs. Need to recheck the timing. I got that one electrical connector under the hood that I dug through the book and I couldn't figure out what it would go to. Need to do a little bit more research. Need to go out to a junkyard and go look under the hood and see if I could find. Actually, I should go back and look at the Blue Jimmy videos. It's the same setup. And see if I can find out where that little plug goes. I think it's just 2 wires, 2 or 3 wires. It's not a very big plug. But that may be part of it too. I don't see anything where it connects to anything, but yeah, I'm going to take it for a run around the lake. So I'm not going to drag you guys along. And we'll bring you back. We'll do a closeout on this. And I'd like to get this thing running better, where it just doesn't want to stall. So I was kind of, when I pulled it in the garage in the front yard here, you know, see me just standing there watching, and it was doing its little shudder, but it wasn't stalling out. So shouldn't have anything to do with the air filter. It should have nothing to do with it. But if it stalls out, now they got the air filter back on. That wouldn't be the air filter though. It's got to be part of that that high idle circuit or whatever they want to call it, because it is idling just a little bit high. I don't have a tack in this thing. Maybe I should put one in. I bought a real cheap one when we broke the motor in, but I left that at Kevin's. Maybe it's time to invest in one and help figure out where the problem is. Of course, I got that diagnostic machine over there that's got a tack on it too. Maybe I should figure out how to use that. But grab my sunglasses, go for a run around the lake, see what happens. I'll be back. Alrighty, well, went down and grabbed some cat food, and then I went over and grabbed some people food, and I didn't go around the lake, but I went down to the lake, and she's stalling. She's still doing it. I mean, not that I fixed anything. I wasn't expecting that, but it seems to be getting a little worse. It's not, used to give a couple of shudders in the motor, and then it would just shut off. Now it just shutter stop. So after not finding a vacuum leak, and I'm going to have to do some more research and see if there's another way. I know there's going to be another way to find it, but I've run it. I've heard the sucking sound, but that may just be the air cleaner. I've got a K&N with the top that's a filter as well, so maybe that's just what it's coming from, but I don't know. I'm going to have to do some research. There's some sensor or some setting or some little parameter. I'm going to have to see what I can come up with for troubleshooting a TBI, throttle body injected Chevy small block V8. Got that guy whose website I can't remember off the top of my head, who I use as a guide to put this motor together, the heads and the cam and yada yada yada. I have to go through and see if he's got anything on his website, and then just kind of dig through the internet and see what I come up with. It's I think it's sitting at a light and just so I just put it in park and wait for the light to go green, and I mean it fires right back up. I was at one light and it was starting to do that, so I just backed off the brakes just a little bit and I actually let it roll and it didn't stall. So I don't think it's part of the transmission. I don't think the lockup torque converter is trying to lock up, and I don't think it would have enough strength to stall out the motor. But I'm just trying to go through my mind. It's got to be some little sensor, some little connection, something just going haywire. But we spritzed it, got no RPM change. But again, I even went down the intake, down the throat of the throttle body, nothing changed. So I'm gonna have to do some digging and see what I can come up with. This is a little frustrating. So if y'all have any ideas, let me know, or somebody to talk to. I'm not going to take it to a mechanic because they're not going to have an idea. Nothing against, most good mechanic shops, but they primarily focus on by the book stuff, and this is not by the book. And that's where I'm going to really be struggling as well. I'm not the greatest at figuring this stuff out to begin with, and now I've got a modified motor. So we'll figure it out, hopefully. I'll have to talk with Kevin and get some of his input, and maybe he's got some people, and see what I can find online and play with it some more. So stay tuned, more to come on this one. It'd just be nice to get it to where if I just get the stalling to stop, and maybe it has something to do with that spark knock, and I don't, with the timing, what timing wouldn't be, I don't know. But it is down to its low idle now, so it got warmed up enough. Something else that I do need to fix is the thermostat. I think is sticking. It's a brand new thermostat in that truck. Put it in when we put the motor together, but it goes way up over the 200 mark, 212 mark. It doesn't go into the red, but it goes up to the 212, and then it drops way back down. So I need to look into I want to compare what a factory TBI thermostat would be compared to a Vortec motor with the, whatever they call that fuel injection system. I don't think there'd be a big issue, but just go buy a replacement thermostat. Maybe the one I got is bad. I don't remember what temperature range we put in there, but it's going to be a 165 or a 180. But just go grab another thermostat. So maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe the motor's saying, hey, temperature, we can't adjust, we need consistency, yada yada yada. It's a new radiator, new fan, should be a clutch fan on there. Well, the fan's always spinning, I've noticed. Maybe the clutch needs to be replaced. Is it sucking too much and it's cooling the motor down too much? I don't know. I'll have to look into it. It needs some work yet. I don't remember if I bought a new fan clutch for it. I mean, it seemed to be working all right, if I remember correctly. But I don't know. So I have to go through the book, spend some time on the interwebs, and see what we can figure out. So stay tuned. More to come. Thanks for watching.